Well, well, well. Look at that. Underlying energy is the High Priestess. Underneath that is the Page of Cups. What do you have knowledge of? Because the High Priestess is the keeper of secrets. She knows a lot of things, even though she may not say a lot of things. So I feel like with the High Priestess coming up is more than just using your intuition, using your instincts. It's also about following exactly what it is that you actually know, or exposure of what you know. Now, the Page of Cups is obviously an expression of love, emotion, excuse me, a message of love, okay? And that could be it. Maybe you know what you want. Maybe you know what you love. Or maybe the whole thing is that you don't know, but you do know. It's weird. Okay? So let's go ahead and get into this. Well, actually, I'll put this here. Put this underlying energy right here. This crystal here. All right, y'all. So the heart of your reading is the Eight of Cups. So what y'all dealing with at the moment has to do with feeling kind of emotionally done with the situation, kind of feeling done with it. Eight of Cups here indicates that I don't think there's any real physical walking away, but there is this feeling of like just not feeling it. You know, just being disinterested. You know what I mean? But it's crossed by the Eight of Swords. So that's very interesting in itself. Because you have two eights crossing each other. Okay? So I think the thing is, it almost feels like you don't know what to do regarding, you know, feeling emotionally done with a situation. But you do know what you need to do. It's weird, right? Because it's like that instinctual, you know, thing that you always have to follow, especially if, you know, not if you're being attacked or anything like that, but more so like if you're not satisfied with the situation, it feels like you're kind of trapped in wherever place that you are in. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, if you're not happy with a work opportunity, but you don't really see yourself taking on anything else, you don't know what else is out there that you'll enjoy, you kind of feel stuck, like you don't know where to go other than where you've been. But you just know that this doesn't make you happy, really. Now, in the past, in the foundation, you have the Four of Swords. Now, the Four of Swords indicates here rests. This is a really healing card here because, you know, you take time to meditate and really reflect on everything that you've been through. It gives you time to really, you know, heal up. The thing here is, though, that this is temporary, and I feel like this time of rest was definitely needed, especially if you guys have gone through, you know, some difficult stuff. You know, before this was the Three of Swords, so you may have had to interact with some triggers, and that it was kind of what was going on, just resting. But this is a temporary rest, right? This is temporary. I think things may have been temporary for a while. Like, when I mean temporary, I mean like they have been like on hold. The progress of things have been kind of on hold. And I don't think that this is obviously like a permanent breakup. If some of you guys have gone through some breakups, because the Four of Swords is temporary, and because now you have the Queen of Pentacles, you know. And I like this card for you guys, except, you know, this is probably talking about focusing a lot on work, you know, just kind of just focusing on work and doing your due. But, you know, because typically you wouldn't come up as this energy. But the thing is like the Queen of Pentacles is independent. She's strong-willed, you know. She's got a routine, you know. She's grounded. Well, that's the thing. You guys could be grounded yourselves. You guys could be feeling that, you know, that ability to manifest hardcore, right? Or maybe you're not aware of your own value at the moment because of this Eight of Swords crossing this. I feel like you're just focusing on work and you're doing the best that you can with what you have because you don't really know of any other options. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just looks like you're kind of just plowing through because you don't really know where else to go. You don't know what else to, you know, what else to take on. You don't see anything in front of you. But the Magician is coming up in your future. That's also crossed by the Eight of Swords. Feeling trapped in your thoughts, not really being able to see. This is talking about being ready to manifest, you know, whatever it is that you want. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. Whew. But this is talking about being prepared and having everything that you need. The High Priestess, the Magician, that's talking about using your intuition. Because there's no right or wrong way to use those tools. And I feel like you have to really use your instincts with this. You really have to follow your instincts with this. But the Magician in the future is indicating that you'll perhaps have more confidence in yourself to manifest whatever it is that you want, to be able to take on any situation that comes aboard. But I don't think that the problem is manifestation. I mean, obviously not, right? Because you don't watch these videos to like necessarily manifest. Some of you guys may, but it's about the confidence that you have in yourself more than anything. Because right now you don't see it. You don't see that you have the means to, find your way through, to actually find what actually makes you happy. It's almost like it's saying like all you've got going on right now, right? All you got, really, how you feel has to do with just feeling trapped. Like you're focusing on your focus is really on what you can do despite what you may be able to do. Because that's the difference between the Magician and the Eight of Swords. Like you have the whole world at your disposal. The Eight of Swords is more at its expense, more at the world's expense, and you're not, and it feels like there's not much you can do with this situation. Straight up, like there's just nothing really that you can do. But that's not the truth, right? That's not true. We could feel that way all the time, all day and all night, but it doesn't make it true. And the reason why it isn't true is because of the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, if Swords, you guys remember it, these are thoughts, beliefs, ways of thinking. Okay? Eight of Swords is not real things around you. These are thoughts. These are, the swords are literally metaphors. So it's those things around you, those thoughts that are keeping you trapped. And what thoughts are that? Right? That nothing is, is fulfilling, nothing is satisfying. This situation of all things fell through. Maybe something personal regarding work and it just didn't really work out. But that doesn't mean that there's nothing out there for you. You may have to find out through trusting your intuition and kind of just going on, going through and listening to your heart rather. But you have all the tools available. You feel more. I don't know if you feel confident really. I think really it's just like, I mean, for some of you guys, you may feel very confident in yourself, but I don't. I feel like mostly this has to do with just doing the best that you can with what you got. Because it's like, that's, what to do here. It's a routine, it's structured, it's the only thing you've got going on. But right now, everything feels like it doesn't make sense. Well, in your goal and ambition, which is interesting, is the Two of Cups. Some of you guys are feeling very committed in your relationship with somebody. For some of you guys, this is really just, I feel like this is really just talking about work, but it's talking about people, someone around you right now. Maybe there's someone around you that can help you through this time, you know what I mean? Like you just you feel lost at the moment. You don't know if branching out and doing your own thing is really a good idea, but it is. But the thing is, the two of Cups, it talks about, it's just not like a relationship, right? It doesn't have to be. It really it's literally two people coming together with the same feelings, same emotions. This is the perfect partnership. And it could be that you've been doing things a lot on your own. Queen of Pentacles is independent, strong-willed. She does everything on her own. You know what I mean? She's hardworking, dedicated to her craft. She's committed. When she's committed, she works her butt off. And it may be that you've been doing something for a long time by yourself, and you may need some help. Why is the goal and ambition the Two of Cups? Three of Swords. Okay. One more for that one. Why is the Three of Swords coming up for the Two of Cups? Ooh. Okay, so the situation is, it looks like, okay, I don't know if you've been with a relationship with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but the situation is this. You've taken some sort of rest, some sort of break, some sort of healing, but the thing is that you walked away from something that was emotionally draining, that you weren't fulfilled in that, but that made you feel like there was no other possibilities after that. I feel like I think all in all, as much as you did the right thing for yourself, as you don't feel like you're going anywhere. You don't feel like you can make anything happen. You don't necessarily know what's in front of you, what the possibilities lie in front of you when there's so many possibilities. It's just that there's a lot of stuff going on up top in your brain that's making you feel like there's nothing out there for you. Now, the goal and ambition is the Two of Cups. Why is that? Because there's some old issues surrounding some sort of situation regarding, a second chance, a second opportunity. Maybe the situation is that you may have lost hope or faith within relationships altogether, which has completely tanked any ideas regarding work, regarding career, regarding everything. Now, for some of you guys, it could be that you guys have just gotten back together with somebody, and there was a heartache there again, but you still feel connected with this individual. You have the Wheel of Fortune twice in this reading, by the way. And I get this feeling that for some of you guys, it's that you just don't have. Maybe you guys don't know what to believe anymore, necessarily. Not that you don't believe that there's anything to come, but like you don't necessarily know how you can move forward if everything always ends up being the Eight of Cups. Being dissatisfied. Being dissatisfying, period. But your external energy shows the Wheel of Fortune. There's a new opportunity coming in. There's a second chance coming in. The Queen of Pentacles. Maybe this is someone that's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn that comes back into, I'll give you another opportunity. Maybe there's someone around you right now that has offered you something long term. Something that is that can manifest something that's manifest something that can build something practical or legendary. What I mean is obviously like a marriage or something like that. Someone that is actually seriously trying to settle down. Because the Wheel of Fortune and the High Priestess, the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Pentacles together, that sounds like somebody just coming in to offer something big, to settle down with you, or you to settle down with them, or another opportunity where you can actually settle down with someone, to make it work. Not make it work in a forceful kind of way, but that it feels good, that it really makes a home. You know what I mean? So your outcome is showing the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups talks about the past. It talks about the feelings of the past mostly, and not so much the people coming back of someone of the past. I mean, there could have been someone from the past here. This King of Wands individual that's coming up underneath the deck. But the soulmate connection that you've got here, maybe you revisit this to kind of figure out what it is that you do want. Because right now, you've got this energy here that's keeping you from being able to move forward. You feel trapped right now. Even though you've been busting your behind doing everything you possibly can to take care of your responsibilities, holding down the fort. Right now, it's like nothing is satisfying because you don't know where to do. Well, it's nothing satisfying, but it's like you don't know what to do about it. And the best thing you can do about it is focus on why you feel this way. And I have a feeling it has to do with what you believe in regards to relationships. Let's go ahead and take a look at the wisdom of the Oracle for this week. Because the Eight of Swords is like, it's all in your head. And as much as it's, your mind is powerful, you are more powerful than your mind. And I feel like the Magician is mind over matter. Or matter over, he takes control He takes control of his mind. He takes control of his life, of himself. He doesn't let the tools rule him. He rules the tools. And I feel like you gain that power back. But of course, it's going to come through recognizing that you are stuck. It's recognizing that you may not be able to see something as clearly as it could be because of the things that you've been through. All right, let's take a look at the wisdom, whispers of love, rather. Wow, get to know each other. Learn to meet each other's needs for love. Learning to meet each other's needs for love is important for a relationship to grow. Okay. No, that's interesting. Why and, getting to know each other are both very similar in their meanings. Why is about getting the answers, going through and, going down the rabbit hole, figuring out the why, understanding the why. Because the why will help you understand what you're dealing with so you can find solutions to handle it. If you got any issues, any situations, understanding the why will get you through it. Because that why will give you, like I said, will help you figure out the solution, the best option to tackle a situation. And getting to know each other is the very same thing. You can do that for yourself. You can do that with an individual. Perhaps this is somebody that's coming back around and they need a second chance only for you to see what you need for yourself, to better understand yourself. Very interesting. But getting to know each other is talking about getting to know this person. You have a new opportunity perhaps with another person, with perhaps being someone that is committed in a relationship. If you guys are single, or if this is another opportunity to commit yourself to expand, not necessarily expanding, but to the integrity of the relationship. Why is the Magician in the future? The Ten of Swords, the ending of a cycle. Why is the Queen of Pentacles? What is this Queen of Pentacles in their present? Why is the Queen of Pentacles coming up in their present? The Hierophant, back to commitment, like I was saying. This is an opportunity to commit again, to be in a relationship with someone again, to really actually make it work. If you haven't been able to in the past, or if you had difficulties and you haven't been able to find a way through, this is your opportunity now. But it's about seeing this opportunity, because right now, all you could see, or all you're aware of, is what is not making you happy. Right now, you just kind of trust your intuition, and if you can't find a way to cut this rope through, just keep on walking, keep doing the best you can, keep pushing through, keep living your life, because right now, not moving at all is not going to help you. And if you feel trapped, you have to figure out why you feel trapped, so you can go ahead and face things head on and truly get to know the person that you're dealing with, because this person is definitely a soulmate around you. They're here to help you, to tackle old issues, to either tackle old issues, or considering a second chance, or considering an opportunity in the past, very similar to the one that you're about to have very soon. Venus retrograde happens this week, remember? So it's going to be one hell of a eye opener this week, for the remainder of October to about the 11th of November. So